They needed comic relief, okay? And like Jaleel White said about his pappy, ooh, Jaleel White, your father. Oh, you better be lucky I'm a married woman to a whole woman. With me in regards to where I tape at. Y'all know we just moved into a new house, so the audio may be off. I may be taping in different areas. I'm just trying to figure out a place until I get my area together. Okay, now with all that said, hello there folks, hello there bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about TV1's uncensored interview with Jaleel White. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be honest with you. Jaleel White wasn't my favorite person, because I don't know why. I don't know. Now, I know he's had some kind of altercation with his baby mother. Oh, and his little girl is so cute. She looks just like him, right? But I'm going to say this. After this interview, my perception of him has changed drastically. Now, it might be them sweatshorts he had on in an interview, blink if you know what I'm saying. My perception of him changed, okay? Because he exposed Family Matters and the cast of Family Matters for what they really were. So I'm not going to speak about the entire interview. What I'm going to do is speak about key points that I felt should be regurgitated to the masses, especially my people, because my people like to know stuff. So what he said initially that I thought was quite jarring was that the cast did not embrace him, okay? Remember this, Jaleel White did not come on to the show until maybe the third or fourth episode, right? There was already a comfortable dynamic, right? So the front runner of the show, that would be the mother. Her name is Jo Marie. Is it Jo Marie Payton or something like that? I don't know. I'll put it below. But the show was to be centered around her.
Jo Marie Payton France, who played Harriet, will always say that the show was her show, because it technically was a spinoff of her character from Perfect Strangers.
So Harriet used to run the elevator, but now she's got her own show. It's called Family Matters. Watch this.
However, networks play games, because networks a lot of times don't necessarily believe in the star power of any one person.
There's already a dynamic there between the cast members that are there, right? But when he came in, the cast members, the adult cast members, looked at him like, who's this little boy? Who is this ninja still in the show? Because like many children, they feed off of the adults. The children started generating that same negative energy that the adults did, okay? Another thing that I didn't even think of until I seen this interview was that basically, even though the show was centered around Jo Marie Payton, whatever her name is, she wasn't the biggest star on the show. The biggest star on the show was actually Thelma Hawkins. Remember her? She came from, what was that, Tony, Don, Orlando, something like that. Then she was on Give Me a Break for a while. That lady's still working. I just seen her on a show on, what is that called? Dead to Me. Something that I also forgot was that the father on the show had just came off of a successful movie, Die Hard. He played a police officer then, and he was a police officer in this show. So when Steve Urkel's character came in, he gave them exactly what they needed. He gave them the funny that they needed. Because to be quite honest with you, I mean, yeah, the mother was a smart mouth woman, and the daughter, who is from Maryland, girl, I love you, girl, okay? But she was a smart mouth teenager or preteen or whatever. But they needed comic relief, okay? And like Jaleel White said about his pappy, ooh, Jaleel White, your father. Oh, you better be lucky I'm a married woman to a whole woman. Jaleel White discusses how he and his father talked about how the show wasn't funny. It got funny when Steve Urkel got on the show. Now, another thing that I felt was quite jarring was that the two adults, Jill Marie and the other dude, Reggie, the parents on the show, had made that little boy the voice of Black America.
For the first time.
My head no down.
And I just remember, again, I get a lot of my enthusiasm from other people's satisfaction. Everybody on set that week was just amazed. I did run into an issue. Joe Marie and Reggie at that time were very sensitive to putting Black men in dresses. And they heaped that on me.
No. We cannot tolerate a Black man in a dress. I'm saying to myself, he is like, I don't know, 12, 7, 2, something like that. But he is too young for this to be the plight for him to carry, okay? And then, I agree. I don't want to see a Black man in a dress. I actually don't want to see no man in a dress, and if you are a straight man, okay? Now, if you're a part of the community and you want to walk around with skirts and heels on, then hey, that's what you do. I don't know why it focuses so hard on the Black man in a dress. They be like, they're trying to emasculate the Black man. White men been walking around in dresses for years. Do you know how many white men just go to the club, sit around with heels and dresses on and pantyhose and stockings looking a goddamn Caitlyn Jenner mess? And they don't care. They've been doing that shit for years. And then go home to their wife and children, okay? And they ain't gay or in the life. They just do it just because they want the attention. Or they be like, I just like the way these pantyhose feel on my leg. They took it way too serious. And that was way too much of a burden for Jaleel White as a young boy to be carrying on his back. Oh, there's some hate up there. He also talked about Bill Cosby.
I'm from a generation where you respect your elders no matter what. And it's a tough thing to process in a generation that says it's all about what's young, it's all about what's relevant, and it's all about what's hip. So knocking off these monuments that are still human beings, it's tough. And realize how close you were to something, and you put yourself in rooms where you realize his wife wasn't there, that woman was probably there for that purpose. It's a hell of a hindsight thing to look at, and you don't want anyone to feel like you're trying to use it for clout. You know what I'm saying? It was like a revered man did a terrible thing, and he's paying the price. It's just like, I think that's where we.
He also talked about losing the role on the Cosby Show. Never knew that, okay? What he explained was that initially the network wanted him to have 2 boys, okay? Instead of, what did they have? 4 girls and 1 boy? They wanted him to have, I think, 3 girls and 2 boys, right? The role of Rudy was supposed to be a boy, right? But because Bill Cosby wanted the family to mirror his family in real life, it ultimately went to Rudy, okay? Jaleel White said that he was devastated that he didn't get a role or get that role. He maintained his relationship with Bill Cosby, okay? Now, this is where the Sagittarian man comes in. Oh, I love him. I don't give a hell if he is goofy as fuck. He don't look goofy no more, right? He didn't. Steve Urkel was not my favorite person. I must say that. He maintained a relationship with Bill Cosby. He said Bill Cosby was responsible for him getting with a huge child agency. Then he went on to expound about their relationship where those two had a falling out. And how he describes it, you know, just the Sagittarian man, he was like, he was a good man that did a bad thing that is now being punished appropriately for the bad thing that he done. Period. The Sagittarian man gonna give it to you straight up, you know. Now their mouth be reckless as hell, okay, because you know they say Jaleel White is an asshole, but you know it's not too many Sagittarian men that are not, okay. The arrogance be like, well, over there, back there. They just exude that. I said what I said. I'm standing 10 toes, planted in the bullshit that I said. I respect it. He went on to talk about that before the character Steve Urkel, child, he had a hard time getting black women to like him. Once Stephen Urkel came in, all of a sudden the ladies is hot and bothered. Ooh, Stephen Urkel. I'm feeling like he's still that goofy boy. Okay, not now as a grown man, because he must have been, you know, like drinking milk or something, because the Jaleel White now is definitely not the Jaleel White. Then I'm sure, you know, he got the at his front door every now. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. Now, remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one. Peace. Something about you wanna make me dance. Something about you